yell. Instead, I'll let the charts illustrate our hypothesis and points of view. The distance is not too great now. Hi everyone, I hope all is well with you. The additional piece costs about $2.29. This is still the price at which Bitcoin is trading. Guys, we have to keep pumping, don't we? Because everything will be at zero if we don't. That's our theory here, I'm telling you. And I believe Maxi just confirmed it. Ethereum and Bitcoin will both drop to zero, quote unquote zero. Guys, it will get near enough to be regarded as zero. And this occurred just now. You know what happened again? Bitcoin. This occurred 15 minutes ago, and I'm keeping an eye on it. Take a look. It took place once more. Remember the last time this occurred? Well, this time it did. This time, I believe that was a few days ago. Guys, the last time they went to 0.2 cents, I think it was 0.02 cents. This time it reached 0.10.1, which is essentially very near to zero, isn't that right? This just occurred once more. There's something strange about it. It's clear that there is a bug in the trade view for Maxi. However, it also occurred on Ethereum. Guys, just now, examine this. Ethereum experienced the same thing in the last few hours, plunging to literally zero, like those folks. It didn't even go to a dime. It actually reached zero. I take it that's what you call death. Once more, it seems to me that this is a warning or a foreshadowing, although I am aware that everyone is thrilled this is happening and going unnoticed. It never happened before. Pay close attention and please consider this. This problem is with the chart, not the exchange itself. Is displaying this outcome by painting a system error or something like, isn't it? I take it that this did not occur months ago or throughout the Tara period. This occurs when prices are rising and everyone is excited. It's a little strange. You see, that caught my attention because, wait, I looked up XRP. Guys, XRP isn't getting the same outcomes as Bitcoin or what thing. Examine this. Nothing is visible. Nothing is visible. All right, so you might be wondering if you're on a separate chart. No additional post visit Mexi and take down the Mexi exchange people. Let me try to locate it. Yes, it is the same thing. That's the trade. My chart is the same as yours. I'm currently on. Let me try to locate. Another one you see is right here. It doesn't display anything for XRP, guys, doesn't it? By the way, these pairings have something more stranger about them. Compared to Bitcoin, USDT, correct? Futures that never end. What is it? It is connected to a tether. Bitcoin and Tether are paired similarly to Ethereum, USDT, which indicates to me that this will eventually show up on the charts when USDT collapses because, as we all know, USD is primarily supporting Bitcoin. Ethereum then takes second place where money pours in, but XRP does not. So I suppose there is no glitch here. Examine this XRP. Visit the Mexi exchange, correct? Take a look at this. It's for spot XRP, USDT, and eternal leverage. Since leverage was taking place right here, folks, nothing changed, isn't it? The charts are identical. However, such is not the case for XRP. Why? Another person mentioned that it also occurred on Chainlink the other day, correct? Since it appears to have been occurring on that, let's visit the perpetual. No, guys, I'm not sure, although someone did mention that it also occurred on Chainlink, which is strange, isn't it? I'm not sure. However, nobody is discussing this, folks, correct? Now, our notion was put forth years ago. I recall that we were discussing this in great depth in 2020. It will only take place when the collapse takes place. What goes down? What falls apart? Bitcoin does, all right? However, there will be a comparable exchange where funds will go from Bitcoin to XRP, which is why it will increase. Yes, we are aware that this is, I suppose, a fact. It won't happen, guys. The Redlers gave us 4 digits or a very high chance because of this. That XRP will soar to unimaginable heights. XRP members are now gone from the XRP community. This is very intriguing. You know, how much? 8,000. It's possible that even though you are 1 in a million, there were roughly 8,000 gold coins or coin stacks for every million people. My goal for the new year is to earn 8,000 UHD. This is all predictive programming, guys. I mean, what are the chances? It's 4 digits and 5 digits right here. In addition, have we ever witnessed XRP flashing to 0 before? The bulk of XRP problems, however, have always gone up to 4 or 5 digits. I believe this has only happened once before. Bitcoin basically always drops to 0 when it glitches. Why is it the case? Ethereum is then added to the same mixture of chemicals, correct? The problem then arises. Hello, is it possible for these quantum computers to break this? It's Bitcoin. Michael Saylor says he came to the conclusion that Bitcoin might simply upgrade like everything else in 10 to 20 years. If that were to happen someday, I wonder what kind of story will be told about it. I predict that Satoshi Nakamoto will be responsible for about 90% of that depiction of Bitcoin flashing to quote unquote zero. All right, so why does Satoshi, who owns XRP, sell his Bitcoin and transfer it to XRP? As a result of what? A Bitcoin versus XRP pairing exists, all right? This is exactly what it is. Consider it, what if Satoshi sold all of his Bitcoin? Additionally, the markets are liquid. It will absolutely tumble into oblivion if he sells everything. I'm serious, all right? Therefore, it is feasible. Now, if it were to occur, it would be the most significant Blackstone event in human history. What is Satoshi going to do? Is he going to sell it to a C2E? Untrue, since I take it that's what they made in the first place. When it does, it will most likely implode with Bitcoin. How about us, CC? It is similar to a 50/50, although I'm not really sure RLUSD might have the best potential of becoming a stablecoin if he decides to convert it. All right, that will actually blow up the XRP, if he's even capable of handling it, or may it be to what would be the most straightforward of all of them. That's why I think this will correct. This is the reason BG123 displayed that image. Guys, which of these was this? It enters XRP. All right, the USD and Bitcoin. How is it feasible for Bitcoin dollars to flow into XRP? All he has to do is sell his Bitcoin on this pairing and it will instantaneously and smoothly convert to XRP. At that point, it goes without saying that everything will go completely out of control. However, let's see what Michael Saylor has to say about Bitcoin right now. He claims that it will ruin everything, which is intriguing, but what if someone else pointed out that it might actually be the Black Swan event? Doesn't the collapse occur if everything is destroyed, you might be asking or wondering? Thank you, Michael Saylor. That's interesting. Because if it does, the collapse will be about destroying all systems, which is what it is all about. And if a supercomputer threatens modern cryptography at some point, I don't think this year, next year, or within the next 5 years, the solution is to upgrade the hardware and software of the Bitcoin network. Just similar to how Google, Microsoft, and the US government have upgraded all of their banking and messaging apps, like the English language and base 10 math, Bitcoin system is essential for everyone. You won't be learning base 16 math or switching to a new language when the quantum computer destroys your messaging app and calculator. All you're going to do is update your program. Bitcoin is a monetary protocol as well. Joe, we're simply going to update the program. Whoa, I believe that certain people who don't know as much as I do spread that. Countermeasures are therefore available to address that. In the event that I intended to take your Bitcoin, I would send you an email stating that a quantum computer might hack it and that you should update right now. The likelihood of me phishing you is 10,000 times higher than the likelihood of a danger. I'm not concerned about it, therefore. Bitcoin is a system. Every year, the software is updated. The hardware is always being improved. Additionally, hacking it is the most difficult thing in the universe. They will hack all of your assets, including your Microsoft, Google, and banking accounts. They're an order of magnitude weaker, so much sooner. Guys, which makes sense, last 10 to 20 years is the reason. I don't think this will be the story that brings down Bitcoin or any of these cryptocurrency assets, unless it's a Black Swan event related to quantum computing. Everything, especially Tether, will crash when Satoshi Nakamoto sells his Bitcoin, right? Everything is tied to Tether. Even XRP can suffer. But you know why? As a result of the conversion, the USD pairing will plummet to USDT if Satoshi Nakamoto changes his Bitcoin to USDC or RSRP or other. Now, it won't suffer in the slightest if he converts it to XRP. I mean, it's going to blow up like a ton, right? Because he is preventing XRP from dying by safeguarding its price. This is interesting.